everyone. Today we will be solving for all of the missing parts of a triangle using the law of cosines, or this is otherwise called the cosine law. So this cosine law can only be used when we have an oblique triangle. So when we say an oblique triangle, it means that it is a non-right angle. So as you can see in the triangle, none of the corners is 90 degrees. So it is not a right triangle. Okay, we have a first case here. We have the SAS, which means sides. We're given a side, we're given an angle, and we're given another side. Okay, so that's SAS. Now, here's the thing that we need to remember for the law of cosines. So first, the angles are written in big letters. So A, B, and C are the angles. So big letters means they represent an angle. The small letters across from them are the sides. So the small letter C here is across the angle C. Small letter A is across the big letter A, which is the angle. And the small letter B here is across from the angle B. So to set up the law of cosine, we always remember that to write the side here, this is the side. Across from it at the end of the equation, they have to be across from each other. And this is the angle. And so the remaining other sides that are given are to be placed in here. So just a reminder, these are just letters, which means that in some problems, it doesn't have to be A, B, or C. So it can be any letter. So, but then we always remember that the side that we're solving and the angle on the other, on the end of the equation right here should be a match. So if I were to write A, if we were missing A, side A, so I'm going to write A squared is equal to, this angle right here should be the big letter A. So what are the other leftover letters or the leftover sides? So we have B squared plus C squared minus 2, then AB, so that means that's 2BC. And then that's cosine. Again, it's the big letter A. So these two are a match. If you have B squared, so then this would also be a big letter B here. So if you have B squared here, a big letter B. Again, these are variables. In some of the problems that we're going to have in class, it doesn't have to be A, B, C. It can be any letters. They are just variables. But those are the very important things that we have to remember. The side and the angle at the end should be a match, and they are across from each other. Okay, now let's take an example here to better see how we use this law of cosine. So in this problem right here, I can label the parts here, that this side right here, I can label this as small letter A. And so the 20 here is a small letter B. And this 14 is a small letter C. Again, it can be labeled differently in other problems, but the way how we set up the equation matters. Okay, so we're gonna solve for CB. So as you can see here, I did in the problem, it's not looking for a small letter A, but instead it's looking for line CB. So CB is this line which matches to our A. So this is otherwise called CB. So I can go ahead and set up the equation for CB. So CB squared. Again, I'm using CB now. So others are going to say, how did you get CB? Does it change? It doesn't come out in the equation that you wrote over there. It can be any letter. They are variables. So CB squared is equal to A squared. That is CB. This is A that we're looking for. So the other two sides are the ones that we write here. So CB squared would be equal to B squared, this side right here, plus C squared minus 2BC cosine. What angle is across CB? Cosine A. Again, these are letters. So the fastest way that we can figure this out would be, so if we have a CB, we're looking for this, these are the ones that we're going to use. These two remaining sides, or these two other sides that are given to us. So that would be 20 squared. So 20 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 times 20 times 14 times cosine of our angle A is 60 degrees. Okay, so we set it up. So from here, we can simplify this to be 400 plus 196 minus, we multiply 2 times 20 times 14. So that would be 560 cosine 60 degrees. Okay, so we set it up, and so from here we can add these two together first. So that would be 596 minus, if we are going to multiply 560 and cosine 60, that would be, so I can go ahead and write that over here. So 5 minus 560 cosine of 60. So if you set this up on the calculator, our CB squared is actually 316. So from here, we need to square root both sides so we can have CB by itself. So then our CB, if we use the calculator on this, CB is 17.8. I rounded it off. So we have square root of, so that is square root of 316 is 17.8. I rounded it off. Okay, so we are done with the first part of the triangle CB. So in this case right here, let's move on to the other missing parts. So CB now is already 17.8. And so I can put 17.8 over here. Now our next task is to solve for angle B. So this angle right here, what is this equal to? So from here, we can already use the sine law. There's another video on that talking about the law of sine. So sine law, if we use sine law here, we are going to have, we can set it up as sine of A over 17.8. So the one that is across from it equals, then we are missing the B, so I can go ahead and say sine of B, sine of angle B over 20. Okay, so from here, again, there's another video on the law of sine. So I will put the link of that video in the description box below. So we can put in values already here. So we have sine of A is sine 60. So that's sine 60 over 17.8 equals sine B over 20. So then from here, we can cross multiply. These two gets cross multiplied and these two gets cross multiplied. So this would come out to be 17.8 times sine B equals 20 times sine 60. So from here, we can divide both sides by 17.8. Divide this by 17.8. So we can cross this 2 out. So we are left with sine of B is equal to, then we use a calculator to get this one out. So that would be 0.973062251. Okay, now we want the B. So what are we going to do is we're going to use the arc sine. So our B is actually the arc sine of this number right here, 0.973062251. So what are we going to do on the calculator is we're going to type this in. So to get the arc sine, so second sine, that is 0.973062251. And then the answer to that is 76 point. Let's round it off to 1 decimal place. So our angle B is 76.7 degrees. So this is our angle B. So our angle B here is 76.7. Okay, that's degrees. Now we're ready to solve for angle C. So this one right here is 76.7. So to find for angle C, we already know that the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. So we can set it up. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. So then we have angle A is 60. So this is 60 plus angle B is 76.7 plus angle C is missing, and that is equal to 180. We add these two together, so that would come out 136.7 plus angle C equals 180. So we're going to subtract 136.7 minus 136.7. So we can cross this out. And we are left with angle C is equal to 40. If you use the calculator on this, that would be 43.3 degrees. So this is 43.3 degrees. And so from here, we have already solved. So this is 43.3 degrees. And we have solved all the parts of the triangle using the cosine law. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!